extremely educational, extremely important one. I was at work one day doing my contracting. I had some heavy equipment, and somebody was walking along the sidewalk and said, "Hey, don't try to do that by yourself," and helped me lift something and stabilize something. And then they went on along, and they mentioned something about, "Oh, I don't like those old nasty old jails," and seemed to have some kind of a back problem. And they were real friendly, and I just said thank you. And then I ran into that guy over the couple next years, a couple more times. And yeah, I remember one specifically where, now this is leading up to something extremely important. I'll get to but it's a story. It always has to be a story involved. And we were standing in the line at the state park to sign up to get a campsite, and he was talking to some other man, complaining about, well, how come they don't sell this and that, and then all these diapers in the landfill, and they don't. He's making the point about how everything's, you got to buy tons of this, like a giant box of cereal. You only need, it wouldn't be a good example because that has shelf life, but just sometimes you don't need all these, like, carton of eggs that's just gonna expire before you can use them all. But so they did start selling the 6-packs. But yeah, I get his point. So you need to sell. There's a lot of single people in the world. Why don't they help the single people? All right, so I don't think he was too terribly disabled. Maybe there's something wrong with his back, but he did receive disability. And this is how I think I found out, because I had a mutual friend that described this guy. And I said, I know that person. And he was telling some kind of story about what happened, him being taken advantage of by some people or something like that. And then later on, had yet another friend. I don't know how this came up. Said, "Oh God, these guys, my friend's parents, they keep accusing me of, how come they say, how come you only show up at the first of the month to hang out with so and so?" I'll just make up a name. But any name I make up could be misconstrued. Even a rare name. There's no names that are even rare anymore, it seems. So I'm not going to call out any names, but I'm just going to say disabled guy. So disabled guy, I must have said, I don't know if I was sharp enough to think of it right away, but I should have said, why? Well, because he gets that money on the first of the month. And so I don't know if he owned up to it, if that was the reason. It certainly couldn't be a coincidence if he's consistently showing up to hang out with his so-called friend always at the first of the month only. See, so, well, yay for that guy's parents. They must have been really old, because this guy was about a middle-aged dude. But they were watching out for him, and to get right on my friend's case. So that's what goes on more than we think. Oh, I missed the place. But I'll get another one. That goes